welcome to iPatch. Hope you've all had a good summer holiday. My name's Gavin, and here's Bri.
Hey! Welcome to iPatch.
How you all doing? How was your summer holiday then, Bri?
Well, I didn't actually have a summer holiday, but every other
I
did.
did. Aye. Wow.
So you had a summer holiday,
Mine's still to come.
Yours is still to come.
Mine's still to come. I'm going to...
Well, we had Jean down, and we had Jean, and she done her...
Oh, funny you mentioned Jean,
Season
because
films.
I'm going to Jean's home country. That's where I'm going on holiday in a couple of weeks' time, so... aye, Jean was here. And...
Boston.
To Boston?
No, she's not. She's from New York. But you're going to... Where do you go?
I'm going to...
Trumpland.
Vegas.
Trumpland.
Aye.
It's Trumpland, Gav. You're going to Trumpland. You might get in, but will you get in?
Well, no, if I win all your Trump's money, I'll know.
Aye, right.
But anyway, it was really nice to see Jean here. That was a really good session. I really enjoyed that one with Jean when she came down. And we talked quite a lot about issues that Jean had found, like the differences between Scotland and where she lived in America at the time, and it was really informative and stuff, and it was really good there. You know?
Oh, it was fantastic, and we need more
We
people.
need more people like that. So if any of the viewers and that want to volunteer to come on iPatch, that'd be great. Anyway, so it's been a busy summer.
Lots of things have happened.
Lots of things have happened. Let's go through them all.
We've not been totally absent because we've planned our next week's guest.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's all arranged.
We've got next week planned, which is an iPatch special. A guy called Robin Clooney is going to be coming on, and he's going to be talking about the citizens' income, which is, well, we'll wait till next week. But we'll let Robin, unless you want to...
Robin's citizens' income paper is in the Commonwealth Library.
Right.
So people should be able to get it online if they want to go and have a look.
And it's quite easy to find it.
He's going to come and just give us a recap on it, and we'll ask him a few questions.
So it should be on the Commonwealth website if anybody wants to go look that up.
It's in the library, so...
In the library as well, but then it'll be on the website as well, surely.
We're imagine it's an online library, Gav. It's the 21st century.
Right.
When I say library, I don't mean a building full of books.
Unless one of these Tory Labour councils have closed the library down, Brian, you've got to remember that. I mean, all these cuts and stuff.
Wait a minute. In Fife, it wasn't the Tories that shut the libraries, it was the Red Tories.
Right. Well.
It was Labour, you know, the ones that have just become...
So it was nearly there then?
The Labour are the ones that are now just claiming that they're gone all to the left wing again.
It was close.
Are the ones that shut all the...
Under maybe Anna Sarwar, you mean? Anyway, there's been a lot of things happening during the summer. Well, a quick recap. We've got the opening of the bridge.
Twice.
Twice. I mean, we know who really opened it, but it got officially opened today.
Well, it was like the Olympics, really, because it was like a week-long event. And Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister, opened it with a fantastic light show with 209 metres fully lit up with laser protection, salt tires all over the bridge. Aye, brilliant. There was Queensferry crossing and writing on it. There was all sorts went on in that light show. Then we had traffic using it for a few days.
Me, I was over it twice.
And I done it for a proper use.
And I've got to admit, it was a pretty impressive bridge, like. It was.
It'll be impressive when it's motorway rated and you can go 70 mile an hour.
But it was. Except that the only thing I would say about it as I'm driving over is that the only difference between driving over the Queensferry crossing and the Forth Road Bridge is that when you're driving on the Forth Road Bridge, you can see like to the side and stuff, whereas on the Queensferry crossing it's quite it's like you can't see a lot. You know what I mean? I know you're not meant to see a lot when driving.
But that's the windshield, and it's going to keep that road safe when it's windy, rather than the Forth Road Bridge where you can see lots because you're sitting and not driving. Because you're going at 5 mile an hour or less. Oh, here you go again.
So
and instead of that, you'll be on the bridge with windshield and you'll be zipping across at 70 mile an hour. You're going, windy, but nobody knew.
And that's how my hair blew off, Brian.
Was it?
I was driving over the bridge on a nice summer's day and it was really windy and I just went.
And your hair blew in again.
But anyways, we're getting down to the nitty gritty about the bridge road. It was it came in at 245 million under budget. It was the unionists claimed it was at first it was a vanity project, then it became a British engineering success, and now it's back to being a vanity project again.
Well, it was supposed
so-
to be built a long time ago.
Aye.
Because the Fourth Road Bridge has been 40% over capacity from
Since about the end of
just
the 80s.
months, no, from months after it was built. It's been over capacity virtually
What,
since
even-
our life.
Well, even back in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was that busy back in the 60s.
As soon as they put it in, they started building Dalgety Bay,
Aye.
and Fife started becoming a dormitory town.
So you're showing your age now, Brian. if you
So the Fourth Road Bridge got hammered.
Aye.
So now they're building a new bridge,
Right.
but they're also building Dunfermline Southern Expansion, Dunfermline Northern Expansion.
Aye.
They're building houses all the way along to Kincardine. They're still building Dalgety Bay and St
Aye.
David's and St
Aye.
David's Harbour.
Well, it's true, like,
Pushing
because
that in.
I'm no, as people that viewers that have probably not, I've said it before that I'm no originally for Dunfermline, and I moved over here 10 years ago, and I
Well, you
can say,
came here and broke my bridge.
and I can say,
It's all your fault.
it's all my fault, and I can say that Dunfermline has doubled in size in the last 10 years, and
Well,
at
now,
least.
now they're on about you now, 350 houses in
and,
Kelty.
so basically this new bridge was needed to cope with the amount of traffic back and forward and stuff for Fife.
It's not just the
That's my point,
traffic,
aye.
it's keeping the
Aye.
traffic moving. That's the big
And
problem.
it's key for the local economy as well. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. Unfortunately, there is a lot of people that from Dunfermline that work in Edinburgh, so they have to go over that bridge.
No, we
Yeah.
need to get the
Yeah.
jobs
Yeah.
in Dunfermline.
Well, aye.
Why in Edinburgh?
That's a different
What's
story.
so special about Edinburgh, really?
It's a capital city, Brian. What are you trying to say? Like,
The Dunfermline was Scotland's
but
capital
Edinburgh's
city.
a capital city now. Yeah.
Dunfermline was the last place that was sovereign in Scotland. It was the last place that a sovereign act happened in Scotland. Was in Dunfermline.
Well,
It wasn't in Edinburgh.
that'll be another topic for eye patching, and maybe
But-
a few.
So we've had the bridge,
Aye.
but we've also had match in Dunfermline.
Well, the
Forward
match,
is one.
aye, we had the match last week, which was really good. I
And
managed
I
to
think-
get some coverage
Shout
halfway
out
down.
here, shout out here,
Aye.
we've got to say,
Aye.
well
Well
done to
done.
Martin Keynes.
Yeah, but well done to Martin
He's had
Keynes.
his detractors, he's had
Aye.
people say they could never work.
It was organised perfectly.
It's organised absolutely
When I was at
fantastic way.
I stood about halfway down at the Guildhall, and I got a good video for iPads. Them coming down like the cars and then the bikes and then all the matchers and stuff.
Well, I was in the parade and I've never seen you, because it was that busy.
Just the way I like it, Bri.
It was that busy.
No
There
getting
was
noticed.
loads of folk and there was no trouble.
Except for one guy was standing. What's that?
There wasn't one guy, there was a few youths knocking about.
Well, I noticed one guy, and he was at the what's the
In
name of
fact,
that? What's the
sorry,
name
I
of
used the wrong term there. I said youths.
that? Aye,
Change that terminology. It's now a Fraser.
a Fraser.
We're all doomed.
Well, I seen one guy with a butcher's apron.
He was on the
and,
Market Cross.
and
But there was guys along the end of the high street
Aye.
at the Eastport end.
somebody shouted, "I wouldn't wipe my arse for that." Excuse the language, folks. But other than that, there wasn't a lot of. In fact, it was a perfect day. I thought it was great. You know, match went well. As far as I'm aware, everything went well in the park and stuff. But I didn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it down to the park. But you know,
Well, it went well.
Yeah.
But I knackered me, I done my back in, so I was in well for a couple of days after it. Because I did the walk and then I stood in the park listening to all some fantastic artists.
Right.
There was some
Speeches.
fantastic artists, some great
speeches for Tommy
speeches.
Sheridan and
Tommy
who
Sheridan.
else?
You had Robin McAlpine,
Robin
was the
McAlpine.
first speaker, and he is your manager
Aye.
kind of guy.
Right.
He's a student manager, sort of organiser, sort of, yeah, this is how we're going to do this bit of business. And then the big boys came on. Tommy Sheridan came on and said,
Aye.
you know,
Basically, roll the like the troops up and.
follow me,
Aye,
follow my lead,
Aye.
kind of thing.
We need somebody like
Get
Tommy.
in,
I like Tommy. I like a shouty politician. Somebody
He's
that
the
gets up
kind
and
of guy
gets
that's over the
says,
barricades, let's go.
gets the facts out and isn't ashamed to like get angry about it at the same
If you're
time.
in the trench, if you're in the trenches and you've got
Aye.
Robin McAlpine there saying we should really go over the barrier and into the enemy because that's how we're going to win.
Right.
Or you go, Tommy Sheridan saying, With me, let's go and get them! Who are you going to follow? Who are you going over that wall with? It's quite different.
And talking about leaders, we've had Kezia Dugdale's resigned as
Well,
Labour
funnily
leader.
enough, we're talking about the bridge, and when Nicola was pressing the button to set off a fantastic light show, Kezia
Tried to steal it. She tried to steal the show basically.
Well, she said she
Well,
was.
you know,
She said she was.
You think she was pushed?
But Corbyn was up
You think she
here.
was pushed? Aye,
Corbyn was
that's
up here saying we can't have a separate law, and Joanna Cherry reminded them that
Aye, a separate like legal system.
we've had a separate
He
law.
says,
in
oh, we
Scotland.
can't, it'll be quite difficult to have a separate laws coming into after Brexit and stuff, but and he's like, he just didn't realise that since the Act of Union in 1707 that Scotland's had a separate legal system anyway. So he's
Joanna
it's basically
Cherry,
as a lawyer.
QC MP, sent him a wee tweet to put him right on
So
that.
basically, it was one of two reasons. He's not done his research before he came up. Corbyn, I'm talking about, right? He's not done his research.
It's
before,
been a British.
or-
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. No,
Sorry,
no,
you're saying research, but that's wrong.
No, but I was talking first.
No,
Right.
but you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong, and I've got to stop you because it's so wrong. It's
Right,
not real.
right, correct me.
He's been an MP
Right.
making laws in the UK for
Right.
34 years. 34 years.
Right.
13 of those years he was in the governing party.
Right,
And he's made law. He's been a lawmaker in the UK.
right.
He must know that there's separate laws in Scotland
So he's been badly
and
briefed
in
then.
the rest of the UK.
So he was badly briefed when he arrived,
No.
or he just like decided
No,
not to.
none to do with briefing.
He
That's
just-
his day job.
he
He
was-
should know.
He was just lying then, you think.
If your job is to make the law, you should know what it takes to make law.
Oh, then wait.
And if
I
you've been
agree
doing
with
your job for 34 years, there's no excuses.
So
There's
basically,
no get out clause.
Corbyn came up here and
He's a nurse.
and has a nurse and tried to wasn't telling the truth.
And then
wasn't
Kes said, I'm resigning.
Aye. Took all the focus away for the bridge opening.
Tried to.
Aye, well, tried to, but
And then this week when the Queen was opening the bridge, Kay was saying, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant.
congratulations to
Try
the
and move the
congratulations to the
thunder.
royal couple. You know.
On the third sprog,
Aye.
they'll be getting them married off across Europe with the
Kind
royal
of-
families again.
Another benefit cheap, right?
Reforging the bonds.
Another benefit cheap.
No, it's the ruling parties reforging the bonds. They'll be getting married off to some
Aye.
Russian oligarch or German
Prince.
German prince
Duke.
or
Or
Dutch
Oh,
royalty
aye.
or Greek
Aye.
royalty or somebody Spanish royalty.
Aye.
They get married around the park and keep it going round. Do you know what these families are like?
so it's been an interesting couple of weeks. You know, a lot been happening.
Loads.
And hopefully over the next 6 months to a year, we can see a lot more happening. We'll have a lot more to talk about.
Well, we've got things to talk about, like citizens income
Aye.
next week. But one of the things we need to talk about is the succession. The Queen's not getting any younger. And whatever happens, we're not going to be doing anything about our monarch when the Queen's alive. But we must be prepared for when she does die and have an idea about what's going to happen. Because the monarch in Scotland is elected by the Scots. We can accept the monarch that's presented to us,
Aye.
or reject him. So that constitutional question is separate
Aye. Well, we could
to
come up with
the
that. Aye.
independence question. So if we're still in the UK and the Queen dies, then we're entitled to decide if we're going to accept her successor. So if she says it's Charles, and we don't want Charles to be your next king, we can reject them. And that's because we're sovereign.
Well, that'd be a good subject. Well, I'd like to, if any of the viewers out there would like to, if after watching the video and that, if they could come up with, if they can send us any messages in about what topics they would like to us to talk about.
What we need
you know.
to do about the monarch is separate it from independence, because it's two separate questions and it's two separate timelines. Because I don't think anybody at this stage is going to say, let's ditch the Queen. I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to, we're not going to do that.
Well, to tell the truth, I mean, my
But who's going to
my whole idea was to get independence, and then once we're an independent country, then we start deciding what sort of country we're going to be.
But we can already
yeah.
decide who our monarch is. We can,
I've got to say back,
and the correct time to do that is when we're having a change of monarch.
Mm.
So when the Queen dies, there's a lot of talk about should it be Charles or should it be William, or should we not have one?
Me,
Well,
King Gav.
King Gav, but you're too bald, Gav.
Well, you can be my king. No, but you mean you, just like right side
I
Fred.
can't, I'm too bald.
We could have like,
We're too
we could
bald.
have like right.
Nobody's going to vote us as monarch. I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican. So I think personally we should get rid of it. You can't have an elitist regime and treat people as everybody being equal.
But that's for
So
another,
if
that's
you're
for
going
another
to
time.
treat everybody equal, then everybody has to be equal.
Aye.
That's my opinion. And we need to discuss that, but it's separate
Aye.
from the independence
So we could
question.
have.
And that's what we need to do.
So we'll Robin Clooney next Monday. We could talk about the monarchy another time. We could talk about there's loads of subjects we can talk about in
We're
the run
going
up
to
to.
talk
So
about
obviously,
things like Richard Murphy's
aye,
Gers analysis is another thing. We need
Aye.
somebody like John Thompson that we had.
aye,
And before, we maybe get John Thompson or somebody like that to come and talk about something like that.
aye. But there's, I mean, as you can see yourself, even over the last couple of weeks since we've not done it, there's that many things happening in politics. There's a lot of
What
different
we need
things.
to have
We've
is
got-
guests, expert guests, because we can't be expert on everything.
Viewers, you've got
So-
to come on.
We need expert
Aye.
guests.
Aye.
And, 52% of the population is female.
Mm.
So we need some women to come on. Jean was brilliant.
Jim was good. Aye.
And, it doesn't have to be women, it could be men, it could be anybody.
Jane Glenn a few months before that. So,
Yeah, Jane had done a good one.
we've had who else have we had? We've had Bill Mayer, we've had Jock Penman, we've had John Thompson.
Well, I spoke to Jock Penman at the Forwarders 1,
Oh, aye, aye.
and he's keen to come back
Good,
sometime. We
good,
just
aye.
have to get
Aye,
in touch with him.
I'll be good to see Jock again, aye.
So,
So we've got an interesting couple of months coming up, and obviously politics in Scotland and the UK is basically, and we've got loads to talk about. So
we need to try and track down some Europeans and talk about how Brexit's going to affect them. New Scots that are from a European background,
Aye.
married to Scots and stuff like that.
Is there anybody in the Dunfermline branch that's
Thousands ago.
no that is like a European then?
Well, there's thousands around here.
Um,
We just have to get one that's
you
prepared
find
to
one.
come in here.
Aye,
So that's what I'm asking.
aye. Right.
So any Europeans that are going to be affected, or feel they may be affected, or they might not be affected, but there will be consequences.
What about John? What's his name? John Beer. Is that his name?
Aye,
John Beer?
he's,
He's Irish.
yeah, but he's mad.
So even better.
He's mad. He's a mad Irishman. You know, one be the same room as him for more than 5 minutes. He'll talk to you about numbers. He loves numbers.
Oh, you're even better
He'll talk to you about STV
Aye.
till you're blue in the face.
then. Well, even better then. What the TV station?
No. Single, transferable vote. We could maybe get John on to do something
Aye.
like voting systems.
Aye. Aye.
There's loads we could talk
I
about.
was meant to talk about.
But we need the experts to come forward and say, yeah, I want to be on
And we
there.
do like to. I mean, we do like to improvise sometimes. I mean, because obviously there's that much happening in politics at the moment. And I mean, there's every week it's something happens.
Well, I was
and then
gonna start
so
again.
we can start talking about like on a week to week basis about maybe mention like something that's happened like the blue or some controversy.
Yeah,
or something
we'll
like
start
that.
getting PMQs and FMQs and
That's all going to come up. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting
start
stuff.
picking up again.
Aye.
And then
Right.
we're
And
going to ramp up for ScotRef.
ramp up for Scotland, which hopefully will happen.
Because
within-
the Scottish Government have got in the next session about 16 acts that they want to work on. 16 areas of legislation that they want to work on in the next term, which is a fantastic amount compared to the UK Gov, who've got one thing to talk about for 2 years. Scott Gov have got 16 things to talk about in a year. So we might ponder as to the
Well, there's
reason
another-
that may be.
Well, there's another subject as well straight away. You've got Brexit. You've got the Great Repeal Bill coming through, which obviously Nicola Sturgeon's already said that she doesn't agree with a lot of the stuff that's coming through that. So
It's not the Great Repeal Bill. They're not repealing anything. They're not repealing anything. They're just making a massive power grab to Westminster.
Aye.
And on the promise that they're going to reissue the powers out later. But
that's-
how many times have they lied to us before? Lied to me once, shame on you.
correct.
Lied to me twice, shame on me. I'm not getting lied to because I don't trust a word they say.
Anyway, that's our topics then for the next couple of weeks, months coming up.
Aye,
Right.
plenty to do.
I hope you all tune in. Thank you very much.
More importantly, get on the page, put a comment, say I want to come on and talk about.
And let us know, and we'll try and fit it in somewhere. Thank you very much.